place to be for a healthy body, mind, and spirit. And today we're going to do a short guided meditation to help you take deeper breaths. So before we get started, let's just take a few deep breaths and kind of check in with what our breath cycle is like right now. So let's take 2 or 3 deep breaths together and see how that feels. Okay, so that'll just be our baseline. That's what we're checking in with. And then we're going to start working directly with the diaphragm, which is the main muscle of respiration. So your diaphragm is about here. It spans the bottom of your rib cage. And when you breathe in, your bell-shaped diaphragm pushes down into your organs of digestion. And when you breathe out, it relaxes back up to its resting position. And one of the things that our diaphragm does for us is that it helps us process our experiences and process our life and process our emotions. So as that movement happens, the diaphragm helps allow in new experiences, process them through, and release what we don't need from them. So what we're going to start with in the diaphragm is letting go of a fear that's being held there. And it's a fear of being judged for our emotions. So there's a pattern right now that might have been built from experiences in childhood or from more recent experiences, most likely both, of not really wanting to fully feel our feelings because we're feeling worried that people around us will judge us for how we're feeling about certain things. So we're just going to clear out that fear so that the diaphragm can feel free to just totally move as much as it wants and process as deeply as it can so that we're not kind of blocking our own processing. So to clear that fear out, we're just going to do a little bit of brushing of the diaphragm. And I'm just going to do it side by side and take some deep breaths. And it's like we're gathering up that fear of being judged and just bringing it to be released from the center of the solar plexus. So just taking some deep breaths, clearing out that fear, and in between tapping on the head and on the heart. So then I'm going to do the other side. And again, I often see these emotions as a kind of color that you're working with to clear. And this is coming up for me as a red color. So whatever color comes up, or if no color comes up, totally fine. Just brushing towards the center, clearing out that fear of being judged for your emotions. Let's do a couple more deep breaths. So from there, we're going to move to working with the heart chakra, and we're going to link the heart chakra into the solar plexus chakra. So we have our heart chakra here, and our solar plexus chakra also helps us process and digest our experiences. So it's like we're tuning into feeling really calm and centered in the heart and allowing our solar plexus to help us process all that movement that we just created and support the diaphragm in that role so that it again can have more space to move more freely. So just a hand over the heart and a hand over the solar plexus, taking some deep breaths. One more deep breath. We'll tap on the head and the heart, getting the brain and the heart center on board for these changes, these updates. And then lastly, we're going to stay with the diaphragm and we're clearing out the fear of changing. So part of what is keeping our diaphragm from processing for us and helping us move through our experiences is that we're kind of trying to hold on to how things are, how we see ourselves, all aspects of kind of ego, I guess. So it's a little bit of an ego fear of changing, and we're trying to kind of hold our breath to keep things the same. So let's let go of that fear in the diaphragm. We'll do the same brushing. And once again, I feel like doing side to side might be a good way to be thorough. So just take in some deep breaths. Clearing out the fear of changing. Tapping on the head and the heart in between sides. I'm going to move to the other side. Because change can be scary, right? So no judgment that we've done this, just gently letting it go. And now let's take a few deep breaths again and see if we notice any changes from the beginning of the meditation to now. So what I'm noticing is that the breath is going into my belly a lot more easily. At the beginning, my breath was kind of stuck in my upper body. So if you have any changes you'd like to share, I'd love to hear what that opened up for you, what differences you've noticed. And yeah, happy breathing.